tonight, I don't know where you're at on this journey. And I don't know what life looks like for you right now. But I know this. If you're ever going to be who God's called you to be, it's going to require confidence. And if you've lost it, you got to find it. And if you've misplaced it, you got to get it back.
You're not the nut you used to be, but you're not the tree you're going to be. But until you learn how to appreciate where you are in the process, you won't get the power to evolve to your ultimate destiny.
When you do discover a cause worth dying for, and you do realize it's worth living for, how many know it's worth giving for, it's worth working for, it's worth sacrificing for? But what I've learned is that if you don't have confidence, you'll never walk out your cause.
You're so busy starving the sapling trying to get to the tree that you cancel out the potential of being a tree because you don't feed where you are. You're in love with tomorrow, but you're neglecting today. Until you are faithful over the few, you cannot be ruler over the many. So you need to take your eye off of the tree and water what you got now.
You're going to get what you focus on. What you focus on gets larger and larger in your life. It grows. It's like if you look at what's wrong with your life, you can actually get to the point where you just hate your life.
There's a lot of destruction going on in the world right now. There's a lot of loss happening in the world right now. And I've actually been through a lot of chaos, and I've been through a lot of destruction. And one thing that I've learned is I learned that I had to keep my emotions in check. And that's the same thing I tell other people when they're going through trying times. And that does not mean that you're not going to have emotions. But by keeping your emotions in check, I mean don't make decisions based on your emotions. They're going to lead to a bad place. Don't let that happen. Instead, if you feel yourself getting emotional, take a step back. Detach. Look around. Think about the long-term implications of the decisions that you're making, and make your decisions based on logic and based on reason and based on long-term outcomes.
Go ahead and work on your level. Go ahead and master where you are. And after a while, without you even trying to do it, where you started will turn into where you're going. That's what destiny is pulling you into. From the rehearsal to the recital, once you have mastered it, whether the recital is business, marriage, accounting firms, real estate development, family, whatever your recital is, once you have maximized it, you get to sit with the masters.
So the key to your life is finding a vision that imposes discipline on you. In essence, vision is the source of discipline. Discipline is the root of leadership. It actually is the very nature that attracts people to you. A disciplined person naturally begins to attract people because people admire discipline in other people. That's why we go to see athletes perform. We really admire the discipline that they put themselves through. If you do the same thing as a person, people will then begin to believe what you say. Your very life of discipline creates trust. People trust a person who they perceive to be disciplined.
Ask yourself truthfully, your big goals and dreams, are you really clear on what they are? Because if you don't have that, we can't even get started. You know how mandatory it is to be clear and specific for what you want, right? Can you get laser obsessively focused almost to its exclusivity, almost, but for an extended period of time?
That if you want it, you gotta go get it. Some of y'all got this concept of what you want. You know, some of y'all are motivated by broke. Just wanting to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish.
You've got creativeness in you. If you decide to take the initiative to change the current quality of your life, I say to you that you will find that the universe is on your side. Now, will it be turbulent? Yes. Will it be easy? No. Will I make a lot of mistakes? Yes. See, a lot of people won't try anything different in life because they don't want to get hurt.
You got to get focused, man. You got to understand that this hard time that you're going through is preparing you for what you ask God for. Every trial and tribulation you go through prepares you for the life God has for you.
What do you think about? What is your dream? You want a larger life, and that you're going to get a breakthrough, that things are going to be better for you, that you're willing to work on you. You're learning how to live life now.
It was my philosophy that changed. The set of the sail of better thinking, correcting the errors of the past and picking up new disciplines for the future. That's all I had to do at the end of the first 6. And my total life changed. The second 6 years was totally different than the first 6 of my working life.
If you're stuck in a story. There's a story you're telling yourself that doesn't serve you anymore. And you have to evaluate what that story is. But what you need to do is you need to alter your associations. You need to do something in a short window of time. No question about it. You definitely need to evaluate what is no longer needed and evaluate the story you're telling yourself.
What's your philosophy of life? What are your beliefs, things that you feel very strongly about? What are some of the things that you have picked up along the way that you've been doing them for so long you think that they're you, that you need to begin to re-examine them and perhaps get them out of your life? See, a lot of things we're doing, we do unconsciously because we picked it up somewhere in life.
Choices that you have that come from the way that you think.
I am going to be curious about myself. I am going to make it my mission every day to wake up and discover a new version of me. I'm going to make it my mission to explore the far corners of myself, just to see what's there, because I want to know what else is in me. You know, you've got to be curious about yourself. And that's the attitude to have if you want to get more out of this life.
I used to try to change everything. You can hang apples on a pear tree. I'm telling you, it won't help. You can put up a sign, this is an apple tree. Sure enough, come the season, pears. Here's what I learned. You cannot change people, but they can change themselves. It's your skills that buy you a future. Money and no skills, and I'm telling you, you're still poor. Money and no courage, you're broke.
You know your strengths. You know your dreams. You know your heart. So why don't you sit down and reflect for a moment and ask yourself, what do I really want to accomplish that I haven't accomplished yet? Get in your area, in your space, and say, I need to challenge me, because here's what I feel and here's what I believe. When you challenge yourself, you're challenging yourself in an area that is close to your heart, and it's who you are.
Accept the challenge, because you can't grow without a challenge. You can't get rich without a challenge. You have to understand the challenge. But that's the key, is to now develop wisdom to overcome the challenge. Don't wish for less challenge, but more. You can do the most remarkable things no matter what happens. Humans can do the most remarkable things no matter what happens.
Just being aware of the concept will put you light years ahead of 99.9% of the just awareness of the power of identity. Just now you knowing about the thermostat puts you in the 0.1% of all the people on the spinning earth right now.
There are three kinds of people. There are people who make things happen, people that watch things happen, and people that don't know what happened. That's the majority. Hoping that somebody with mercy and pity will look in their direction. No! Hey, listen here. You've been given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth. Listen to me. Be willing to learn something. Keep moving in the direction of where you want to go. Continue to fall forward.
One of the things I'm suggesting you look at, what is it that you need to be in the process of doing more of or less of? Like being more direct, saying no without feeling guilty, more focused. 1 year I decided to do one thing well. I looked at all of my talents and I decided the strongest one, my ability as a speaker, that's the one I'm going to focus on. But only when I decided to focus
focus that I begin to reap the rewards of my talent.
As we get older as persons and as businesses, we have a tendency to want to cling to the old, to be suspicious of anything new and exciting. This is a successful way of doing things. Let's stay with it. Let's hang on to what we've got and ride out a future we can't be sure of. But this attitude, in many ways, can only lead to decline and eventual failure. This is a turning of the back to life, and it's something life won't stand for. To grow, we must let go.
See, when you get to a certain place, when you're willing to risk, you're not willing to risk, you can't grow. And if you can't grow, you can't become your best. And if you can't become your best, you can't be happy. And if you can't be happy, what else is there? Yet many of you have been working on jobs. That is not you. Why do you do it? Oh, to pay the bills. But you've gotten to a point where that's not enough.
People telling you, hey, you can't do this, that doesn't matter. You have no idea what's possible for you, and because you don't even know what's possible for you, they have no clue what's possible for you. So you've got to keep going and keep pushing. There's some pain involved, but you got to go past the pain, and I'm telling you what's on the other end is more rewarding than anything you can think about right now. All right? So you got to go in there, take that attitude with you. This might be the day. This might be the day.
Look, man, if you got something that's been bothering you in your life, get past it. Don't lay there wallowing in your past, man. Your past is back there. You can't drive your car looking in the rearview mirror. If God wakes you up, it's a sign from God that he ain't through with you yet. As long as he got something for you, he keeps waking you up. Why don't you wake up to go see what that is?
You do not have enough strength to manage yesterday's pain. This is why you have arthritis and hypertension and sickness and affliction. You're aging before your time. This is why you got to take a pill to get to bed, a pill to get up in the morning. You are carrying too much. You're loaded down with your mama's problems, your sister's problems, your kids' problems, your friends' problems, problems on your job. You're carrying all of that, and you go over and over and over, and God said, let it go. Tell somebody, say, just let it go. You're carrying too much. You got too much weight on you. You're 40 years old, still upset about who didn't raise you, who wasn't there for you, what your mama said about you. She always liked your sister better than you. And you sit up there 50 years old, grieving over something that happened when you were 8. That's why your relationships are failing, because you have never divorced yourself. And you're carrying with you the pains from the first relationship over into the second one. Jim, don't do that. That's exactly what Fred used to do. Jim don't even know who Fred is. You're going to bed with 5 people every night. Everybody who ever been with you, everybody who ever betrayed you, they still in the bed with you every night. No wonder, how could you sleep? Put them people out of your bed. Put them out of your head. Put them out of your mind. Touch 3 people and say, let it go, let it go.
So often our mind is either in the past, focused on what didn't work out, mistakes we've made, or it's in the future, worried about our finances. What if my health doesn't improve? The problem with being in the past or being in the future is you will miss the present. Today is a gift from God. Are you fully engaged, loving your family, appreciating the simple things in life? Or are you in yesterday? The reason some relationships are not healthy is you came home from work, but you didn't really show up. Your mind was somewhere else. Or you went to the office, your body was there, but your mind was in yesterday, thinking about what you should have done better. If you're going to be fulfilled, you have to be there when you get there. Not show up and be in the past, live in regrets. Come into today. Yes, it's good to have goals, but you can't be so focused on what's next that you miss what you have right now. I know people that lost what they had going after what they wanted. You can miss who your spouse is, all the great things about them, because you're so consumed with your business, with how you're going to fix that problem. But the people in your life are not always going to be there. Don't take them for granted. When you're with your family, give them your time. Life goes so fast. At home, you're present. You eat dinner with the family, but are you connected? Are you making the most of that moment? Or are you in tomorrow? Worried about your business, wondering how the finances are going to work out? Are you in yesterday, bitter over who hurt you, thinking about what they said? You're missing the beauty of this day. Enjoy where you are. Take time for the people God's given you. The problems will resolve in God's timing. Worrying about them doesn't make it work out any sooner. The people in your life can bring you great joy, great fulfillment. When you're present and connected, life is very rewarding. Are you taking time to laugh together, to do new things? How many people are in the house, but they're really not home? Sometimes the reason we're not connected, I realize it is the past. Past failures, what they said, how they treated us. As long as you're in the past, you'll stay disconnected. This is a new day. God's mercy is fresh every morning. Come into the present. Life is too short to hold on to hurts. Focus on what they did wrong. Give that person room to be human.
If you got someone who you feel has wronged you and you carrying that, that's like a cancer. And all it's doing is eating away at you.
No matter who you're in relationship with, no matter how good of a person they are, at times they're going to disappoint you. Focus on their good qualities. Focus on the reasons you fell in love. When you were dating, that person could do no wrong. I mean, when Victoria and I were dating, I would go anywhere with her. She could have said, let's go see this electrical plant. I would have gone. It's not what we were doing, it's who I was doing it with. She had my full attention. Over time, life can happen. We face challenges, pressures at work. It's easy to let that press us down. We become sour. We don't enjoy our spouse anymore. We have a list of all the things they've done wrong. The easy way out is to disconnect. God didn't put that person in your life by accident. Don't wait till they're gone till you recognize what you had. Get plugged in. Don't hold grudges. You're a team. Make your partner better. Encourage them. Help them to reach their dreams. All the negative things in the news, it's easy to become sour, heavy. Keep that tension out of your home. Your home should be a place of peace, a place of joy. When your mind is in the past, you can't enjoy the present. When you're focused on the hurts, what they said, it's going to keep you from the beauty of this day. Someone may have done you wrong, but you can't stay in yesterday and enjoy today. You have to forgive, show mercy, and move forward. I know there are real issues, but living in strife, holding grudges, not forgiving, that's keeping you from the new things God has in store. Learn to enjoy where you are while you're on the way to where you're going. Life is not about the destination, it's about the journey. That's where you'll see fulfillment, the favor of God. Because after you reach this goal, there'll be another goal. If we're not careful, we'll rush through the day trying to get to the destination. Slow down and enjoy the journey. Yes, there will be bumps in the road, things you don't understand. That's where you have to say, I'm not looking back. I'm not going to live worried, wondering how it's going to work out. I'm going to enjoy where God has me right now, knowing that He will get me to where I'm supposed to be. But Joel, I'm worried because I don't see how my situation could ever work out. You're not supposed to. You have to trust that God is in control, that He's planned out all of your days, that He knows what's best for you. Instead of fighting where you are, learn to embrace where you are. I don't want you to get 10 years down the road and think, man, if I'd known it's going to turn out this good, I would have enjoyed my life. I would have enjoyed raising my children. I talked to a lady. She had worked as an executive for this large company. She had been there 19 years when she was unexpectedly let go. She was disappointed, but she knew something else would open up. She has 2 master's degrees, a leader in her field. She applied to company after company, but no response. No one was interested. A couple of months after she lost her job, her mother became ill, needed someone to take care of her. Every day she would go to her mother's house, They would visit and run errands. She had so much fun with her mother. 10 months later, her mother passed. 3 days after she laid her mother to rest, she started getting one phone call after another. Not one offer, but 4 great offers came in. She accepted a position with more income, better environment. Look at how God works. That closed door, that doesn't make sense. She could have been sour, upset. Why is this happening? But she made this choice to not live in the past, to not live in the future. Why won't anything open up? What if I can't find a job? Instead, she took that time to enjoy where God had her. She embraced where she was, believing that God was directing her steps. Had she not done that, she would have missed that time with her mother. Don't fight where you are, embrace where you are. Make the most of each day. Yes, she was disappointed that she was let go, but don't let the past keep you from seeing the good things in your life right now.